Happy Monday, everybody. How's it going? We're here. We're back. Today feels a little bit different. I don't know what's going on with the energy. But it's invoking everybody. It's invoking. You see, I'm animated. It's invoking feelings I haven't felt in a while. Like when it comes to like streaming for Tower of God, even though I've been moderately excited about some of the stuff that's been happening. Like I'm like amped to read this chapter. I don't know why. It's giving me like how I used to feel last year. I'd sit down, well, the year before last year, when I'd sit down and read, like first read through, going through everything, have that feeling. I'm like charged up. I don't know what it is. But first matter of business is every time I come in, right? I come in from work, I'll pull up Webtoon, make sure I'm logged in, and on the front page, Tower of God will just be sitting right there for me. Tower of God is nowhere to be found on this front page unless I'm blind. I'm pretty sure that says Sub-Zero, Cursed Princess Club, Morgana and Oz, Everything is Fine, First Night with the Duke, Webtoon and BTS, Tricked in Becoming the Heroine, Stepmother, Flawed Almighty, Nice to Meet You. Where's Tower of God at? Huh? I go to Sunday, it's not there either. I had questions. I haven't gone and looked for it. I pulled up the page, got upset, and finished setting up the stream. What's going on? Tower of God is nowhere to be found. Maybe that's why I'm charged up. I feel slighted that it's not up here. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why isn't it on the front page? That miffs me. I don't like that. It's always on the front page on release day. Even the next day. So let's go look for it. It makes no sense why it's not up there. But maybe that's why I'm charged up. I don't care how anyone feels about the series, what's going on in the series. What we're not going to do is disrespect the series just because you don't like the last group of chapters. It's what we're not going to do. I don't care if it's just the front page. I don't care. There's like one or two other series that has more likes than on the entire site. When this series drops, it should be front and center. I don't care. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like when like this Tower of God should have the red carpet rolled out in front of it whenever it drops. It should. It's the only reason I even know what Webtoon is. It should. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Maybe that's why I'm charged up. I'm excited. Last couple of chapters we were talking about the one high above, all these high ranking people in the low Pobia family and the Pobia family that could come to blows in the nest. Macheni being a snake in Jin's. I'm a little amped up. I'm excited. Let me drink some water. I didn't even say hi to anybody. Hey Pipe. Hey Amir. Now that's out of the way. Is the sync okay? Are we fine? My preview window looks a little jank, but I'll live with it if the stream is fine. Let me know. Here we go. Deep breath. We're reading. All right. This is from last week. All right. Here we go. The one high above. Bomb's team side. Okay. Inside Macheni's floating carrier. Arrest them. It's Lady Macheni's order to capture the regulars and bring them alive. How many people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 16, 22 people. Asensio, wait. You, Jihad's army, don't know how to welcome your guests at all. Lord Asensio. 1, 2. What did the 4 sword symbols mean on their mask? Maybe I should know, maybe I don't. I shouldn't know. Who knows? Sealing ship inside Macheni's carrier. Ooh. Ah. They don't look like they're running fast at all. They don't look like they're running fast at all. It does not look like they're making... It says dash, but it looks like they're loafing it. It says dash, but it looks like they are loafing it. It doesn't look like there's any urgency. Oh, I love it. Goodness gracious! Answer the call, Asensio. Thank you. Answer the call. Whoo, man. Ha. All right. Body bags all over the place. We need 22 body bags outside of this ship, please. Man. Anything around the huge suspendium floats above and beyond, so the usual floating ship or carrier can't approach it. So anyways, I killed them all. That's why the sealing ship is used. If you get on the ship in place of Jin Sung Ha, I'll make sure he doesn't get sealed inside. If you bring me what's inside the suspendium, I'll overlook you all getting out of here. So, I have to burp. I wish you all the best of luck. Excuse me. Okay. The lowest floor of Cheonhee-ha's floating carrier. Are we going to get to see her? Oh no, I'm an idiot. At least he's not bound up like that anymore. Your apprentice who thinks so dearly of... Your apprentice who thinks of you so dearly chose to be trapped in the suspendium instead of you. Isn't it so touching? Now then, it's wait. It's hitting me like a ton of bricks. Hold on. I'm getting crushed with a ton of bricks. Let me go back up. Sealing ship inside Macheni's carrier. Okay. What I had to reread because the feeling I was getting, right? And I'm just an idiot because I'm pretty sure that's not what this was. But how it was introduced and how I've been thinking about it for the last week was that the deal was, Bomb, you go there, you swap places with Jin Sung. He like it kind of like a trade, like you go in, they switch, you get sealed. I'm an idiot, but what it was Macheni just took Jin Sung away, put him somewhere else, let Bomb and company run into the ship and let them get taken off to be sealed. I'm a little slow. It took a week and a couple of pages of the chapter, but I finally got it. I was like, I got to here and I'm like, Cheonhee-ha's floating, like, why is he here? And then it's just like, I'm just getting jumped, like what's happening? I don't understand. No, I was thinking that there was going to be like how Jin Sung was like trapped in there. I'm an idiot. I was thinking that Jin Sung was going to be taken out and Bomb was going to be put in and taken like that. I thought I was being so literal in the whole ceiling thing. Like I was so literal. Like they were literally just going to take places. I'm such a dummy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Like the team is going in and we're gonna have like this climactic interesting adventure inside of this ship leading up to the suspendium. But no, like I was just thinking I'm just gonna go. Let me continue. I'm a dummy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your apprentice who thinks so dear, who thinks of you so dearly, chose to be trapped in the suspendium instead of you. Isn't it so touching? Now then, shall we talk about what you will do for your apprentice? Right after Bomb's team passed, Gakja Doseng, Evankell's side. Okay. It's been a minute since we've seen Evankell. We haven't seen Evankell in like, it feels like 10 chapters, but I feel like that might be too long. I love her. Yeah, what does she want? She's gonna make him do something nutty. I love her. Look at her. Hand out. I love her. It's like swatting a fly. Is that what's happening? She swung her hand. She swung her hand. Evankell easily made it through as expected. You have taken down the boss monster of this map. The boss monster. The monster that's supposed to be the strongest one on the field. And she just swings her arm. And it's over. Please move to the finish line. Look at her. We're finally going to where the portal is. Oh. Let's watch out. Someone's got to be guarding it, so we don't know what's going to pop out. Give me something fire. You can stay if you're scared. There's no way I would. You're the one who should stay if you're scared. I wish I could, but I've come this far, so there's no turning back. Let me read this again, because I'm being... You can stay if you're scared. There's no way I would. You're the one who should stay if you're scared. I wish I could. I get it. I'm an idiot. Never proclaim to be smart. Today... Alright. Let's go. Participant Evankell has arrived at the finish line. Teleporting to the destination of choice. Flybrick's floating carrier. So they're gonna show up here? Oh. Oh, snap. I don't know how strong Mayor is, but I need Evankell to catch a... I need Evankell to catch a body bag. Alright, let me keep scrolling. Unless this is not a misdirect. I'm gonna need her to catch up. Wait! Where is she? Only Lefaf and Hansung showed up. 3 left, but 2 came down. Where did she go? What if she got sent to go fight? What if she ends up going to where what's his name is? Sicarius. I'm gonna need Lefaf to start sniping foes. Come on. This place is... Huh? Where's Lord Evankell? Why are we only here without her? Well, that's a gate. It's the warp gate that connects to the battleship. Looks like we've got some unwelcome guest. What? It's not the former Commander Caliban? Who's that? You are Army Corps Commander Lieberick. You betrayed the army to survive, and yet you've led yourself to your own death. I know. Pipe, don't use my moment of slowness against me. Clearly just mentioned Sicarius. I don't appreciate this. How very unfortunate. I don't appreciate this. Evankell is going to show up against Sicarius, and if Evankell gets bodied by a spider, I'm gonna quit the series. Right? I was talking all that hot stuff about Evankell being the one that might run up against somebody, and she might be the sacrificial lamb, so that we can see the difference between the power of what Evankell is and what someone else is. If she gets bodied by a man spider, I'm quitting. Sorry for yelling in the mic. Oh. Well, sorry, Pipe. Goodness gracious. My vision's blurred. I'm just joking, please. Did it? Why is my vision still blurred? I just rubbed my eyes. Speaking of which, Caliban needs Chan-Hee to show up in order for him to use his teleport. We should be asking where Chan-Hee is. Where is Chan-Hee Ha? Where is she? Like, is she still running around the cat tower? Cause he's just being held up because of her. Like he got screwed on his stipulations. Everybody else just had to play the game. Caliban literally has to wait on where she is, because he can't do a doggone thing about it. Aye. Alright. Is that a human? Here we go. We're gonna get some more on him. It's doing some love, no! What in the world? Oh, goodness. No, love. Please. What's this? The sticky thing won't fall off. You look chubby and appetizing? No. No. I can't take it. There she's gonna show up. She's showing up. Yes. Burn them. Get rid of them. What about Showdown and Karaka? I don't know where they are either. They're just wandering around the cat tower too. The one in Karaka, Karaka is they're just sharing story time with each other as they just fly around and do stuff. I don't know what Chaw's doing. Evankell, look at that. Look at her. I didn't expect to run into trouble as soon as I arrived. You've got a lot of legs, by the way. The Infernal. He is with Hatsun Shibisu. Lopobia's battleship platform. Branch leader. Lord Sicarius already went over to the other side. Yeah? That guy doesn't talk much, but he's always full of drive. All right, I'm going over too. Who is this? Ah, no! Oh, that's filthy! Oh, that's filthy. Just when it was starting to get juicy? Dog, he's bringing like an entire squadron of men. Are we thinking a necromancer? Does that make any sense for someone in the Lopobia family to be a necromancer? I just see green eyes, and they're all the same color green eyes, and they're all wearing the same exact thing, all with the same weapon. I'm thinking some sort of I'm thinking about some sort of like mind control thing, but how? I missed this. I missed it. So they should be good to roast. I missed that. I'm a bum. I'm a bum. Dude, things are about to get crazy. So, not question. Branch leader showing up for Sicarius. He's showing up behind Sicarius. He's showing up behind Sicarius. You know what I want so bad? They're gonna make Sicarius give Evankell some sort of good fight. But I want her to curb stomp him so bad. I just want her to curb stomp him. And as he's on his way through, like she like throws like his remains, or she burns him the cinders in his face. And then they really can get into a really good fight. That's I feel like that's what's gonna happen, because Librick is at the other portal. There's no way the branch leader comes through where Librick is. There's no way the branch leader comes through there. So he's definitely gonna come through here at like the climax of this fight. So like whenever Evankell roasts this dude, there's a possibility he's gonna show up and we're gonna have a real hard fight on our hands. If I'm being honest, I would love it if she just curb stomped him, just completely. Just curb stomp everyone, give her someone that's like dumb strong. Like branch leaders I know are ridiculously strong. I want someone higher. Give me someone higher. Well, we don't know what branch leader this is. We don't know what spot in the family they have. But give me someone higher. I want Evankell to be like the pinnacle. The pinnacle of what you can be for a ranker or a high ranker. That's what I want. But I feel like this branch leader is going to show up and give her fits. I don't think he gets built up like this and tacked on to the end of this chapter if he's not going to be the one to give her fits. I think Sicarius might prove to be like, if his webbing can hold up to her fire, he might prove to be a nuisance, but I think she's just going to roast him. Curb stomp him. So I think that's just the order of how things are going to go. If he shows up where Liberic is, then GG's Hansung. I don't know what's going to happen. Lafaf's going to be gone too. What do we do at that point? Unless Calivan shows up at the same time before they both get destroyed. I don't know. You know, it's so many different possibilities. Because Evankell didn't get sent to Liberic, which I thought was going to happen. I was thinking that Evankell and Calivan possibly could have shown up. But then the introduction of two different portals, it's clear that we've already separated them. So, branch leader is going to come through for Sicarius. Evankell and branch leader is going to have a fight. Now, where does Calivan go? Evankell's a powerhouse, is here. I think Calivan goes to Liberic because there's no strong fighter there. So Calivan goes, he finally, when Qian-He gets there, he shows up, hopefully Hansung and Lafaf don't get body bagged. I hope not. Hansung still has so much to do. Lafaf up in the air. But Lafaf, he called her a traitor, so it's a done deal for her if Calivan doesn't show up. But that leaves Karaka, Doan, and Cha, if they somehow, some way get out of the cat tower, where in the heck, that's it's nuts. My monitor I turned off. Okay. Imagine they don't actually go to help Sicarius, but go to live. It would be crazy if they didn't. It would be crazy if they didn't. It would be nuts if they didn't. But if they went to Librick, why would you go to Librick? Get what I mean? Like, what reasoning would you have to go to Librick and not to where Sicarius is? I don't know. I'm sensing like it's Tower of God. Someone has to betray somebody. I'm looking to see if my light was gonna fall. Someone has to betray someone. So there's no way that this is just gonna be Pobadal versus Lopobia and Macheni's in the background. Someone's gonna do something screwy. Maybe they trust Sicarius. They're gonna get a faint stench of spider through the nest. Maybe they do trust Sicarius. I thought they beat Fusil. No, they didn't. You're right. Fusil did show up. He did show up. I was thinking of the other person that they fought. Fusil did show up, so that's who they are. That's who they're fighting. The last time we saw Cha, Cha wasn't fighting the dude with blonde hair, was he? When's the last time we seen that guy? He was fighting the monster that Jihad had given the nest for the game. Wasn't that the last time we seen him? He thought he beat the monster and then the monster got back up. And I think that's the last time we seen hit the monster and him. The blonde dude. The one that's supposed to absorb Arya. Absorbed the dude with a bunch of arms. The other person supposed to he was fighting then. And then Cha was last seen like dude that Arya was part of. And Amir mentioned that the last time I think we've seen Cha was with Isu and Hots when Hots did his attack with the sword with the crazy sword that was too strong for him. So we're all scattered. So I don't know where this all leads us. I'm just trying to think, because with the last station, everyone pretty much ended up in the same area fighting, even though it was like segmented battles throughout a gigantic open space. And it's kind of the same thing, but we're all just broken up. Some of us are in Macheni sealing ships. Some are still in the cat tower. Some are at these two portals. So like two people, they just got off the battlefield. So I'm trying to think if this arc somehow, some way is going to all get brought together, or are we going to stay separate? Are we going to stay separate and things are going to get too crazy and we're not going to be able to regroup and be able to leave the nest together? Or are we going to end up in a situation where Evankell never sees anyone else, and she gets into this battle with the branch leader possibly, and that's it, and it's curtains? Or Calivan runs in the library and it gets set up and Calivan bites the dust or something like that. Or Bomb doesn't get off the sealing ship, but the rest of everyone else does and he gets stuck. Or is everything going to work out relatively well and we're going to end up in the same place and some crazy battle is gonna happen, or I don't know. I don't know where that's gonna go, because I can see it being like very, very segmented and very separated, like how it is now, and ending that way. Or I could somehow see where the, like, around the suspendium, close to suspendium, but somewhere wherever Bomb is, to end up being like the final battleground for the Nest arc, and like branch leaders coming through, and then the Lopobia leader shows up, and then that's when we can get a reveal of Gastong showing back up. We can get a reveal of Lustlek. We can get a reveal of some super powerful individual that we've either seen a few times or we've never seen before. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking it could lead to. It's either one or the other. We're either gonna end. What are they doing? They're always messing with something. I'm talking about my fish. They're destroying the bubbles. Why? What has it done to you? Why'd you do that? I don't want to stick my arm in the fish. What? Sorry. Oh, I lost my chain of thought. What was I saying? I don't remember. It's gone. Yeah, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about, and I don't have an idea, like a concrete idea that I can lock myself into about where this can end up. I have like 2 or 3 different ways, but that I'm hoping we don't have any crazy casualties. I don't want any of my characters to die, because I'm at the point now where it's like it's all the characters that are with Bomb currently are my favorite characters. Like Team Bomb as it stands right now is Hansung, Evankell, Yama, Doom, Kun, Rock, Cha, Arya, Vicente, even. Like I like all of these characters. So it's like, yes, I would be okay with Evankell biting the dust only if it was someone that was just crazy. That's why I'm like, I don't want a branch leader to take out Evankell, but I don't know who this branch leader is. I don't know if this branch leader could possibly be one of Lopobia's children. I don't know. I don't know how strong this branch leader could be, but I would assume that these branch leaders are like not even like moderately strong, like probably crazy strong, probably some of the strongest beings we've seen fight in the tower, outside of like a Data J and a Data Edon and a Mazino. Outside of those individuals, they might be some of the strongest. So that's why I don't want to jump off the cliff and be like, I don't want a branch leader to take out Evankell. We don't know how strong the branch leader is. But I don't want just any pick and any branch leader to take. Like, I want this branch leader to be like, this is Lopobia such and such, and they are like the 5th son of Lopobia. We don't know his name. That's what I want. I want it to be like, this is like the 1st son, the 2nd son, the 5th daughter. I want someone to be like that, where it's like, this person comes directly from the family leader. So this person is really, really, really strong. So that's what I want. So if this branch leader is that, then I'm okay. And the more I talk about it, the more I don't want her to go. I'm fine if it happens, but I don't want her to go just because I like her so much. Mentioning something about Yabloop and Gastong showing up. Yeah. If I can, without repeating myself, I think I got my point across. It makes me wonder. I'm wondering. I've still been wondering. I think we're all wondering if Gaston is the one they're really talking about, or if it's someone else. I think it's Gaston. But I dread Gaston showing back up, only because he's bringing Redacted with him. I truly do feel like when Gaston shows back up in the series, she's gonna show up. Yeah, episode 100 of season 3. Yeah, I was so amped up about Tower God. Not my whole beginning of the start of the stream is completely different. I wanted to mention episode 100, but no, I was amped. I'm dreading his return because I feel like she's gonna return with that. She still has that dumb stingray shark thing, right? She's gonna show back up with that. I just want Kasang to show up and be like, I just dropped her in the middle. I wish. I feel like she's gonna be in tow. There's no knowing how important she is to the story. I don't see any way possible how she can be out of the narrative any longer. It's been a long time and she hasn't been mentioned or she hasn't made an appearance, which it frightens me because that means she's either gonna show back up in the story, or what would be some I would drop the series if they stick Bomb in the suspendium and he can't get out and he gets put into like some mental training, some weird training that he can do in the suspendium, and she gets introduced back into the series and we follow her around. I just feel it. I feel an arc where it's just her being here. I feel it. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna get more for her than we get about Kun and Rock. I would bet. I was gonna say something like outrageous. I would bet $50. I would bet $50 that she shows up out of nowhere and we get so much more information about what she's been doing and what she's been up to, and more stuff about her. More stuff about her than we get with Kun or Rock. I would bet that. I would bet that $50. I wouldn't bet that $50. I wouldn't make that bet with multiple people, but I would make that bet. Like $10? One person will have to make the bet. I'm not dishing out a lot of money. I hope Redacted won't nerf Kastung. I don't think that would be possible. I do want to know what the heck that bracelet was, that Apple Watch. I want to know what that watch was for. There's a lot of questions, and I hate. Please, no, don't bring her back. You know how much more I would love this series if. I think there's a chance we can go back to Wang. Maybe that's just copium. I would take Wang stuff more than Redacted. I'm at this point where I understand that she's important to the story, but is she really? You get what I mean? Like, is she that important to the story? Because all she's been thus far in the story is just been an annoyance, and she's just created situations for our characters. Like, she's just created situations for our characters to just go through small thing after small thing while they're dealing with the larger things. Like, do we really like if I'm thinking back on what she is and what she, like, we're dealing, it's This is it's I genuinely feel like if because of the whole thing with like the abuse stuff or whatever, and her being dragged along with Bomb coming into the tower and her being with Gaston. What? Like, why is she important? I know, I get it. In the future, we're gonna get some huge thing that's gonna be like she was important the whole time, but why? Dude, I'm just speaking in circles. From a narrative standpoint, Bomb is an irregular who is the daughter of Arlen, right? Wow. At a moment. The daughter, I said the daughter. Look at this. The son, Bomb, is an irregular that is the son of Arlen. The daughter. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it's like we don't know anything. But that's why I'm like trying. I'm gonna spit all of this out. It's like I get it in the future, but I don't care about the future because I don't like her. I'm being very close-minded. I don't like her at all. All she's been is a nuisance. So if we removed her, nothing would have been different. A lot would be different, but nothing would be different. Let me be close-minded. But maybe something in the future would be drastically different if she didn't exist. But the narrative of the story has led Bomb from being just this boy that has been chasing Redacted around the tower, trying to learn his place, figure out what he wants to do instead of look at them fighting, and trying to figure out what he wants to do instead of just chasing her. Right? We've gone through that. He's grown from that. We've moved past that. Redacted has just been the tag along. Like she got here, she thought she was special. News was broken to her, you aren't special. You're ugly and you're not special. And she's gone through all of this, lying her way through the tower, committing a bunch of atrocities and trying to murder people and all this good stuff. Having people like being a part of groups that have gotten characters killed, etc., etc., etc. Up until this point, we are 517 chapters into this series. It's to the point where the same arguments and I feel like valid points that I've been making for Rock and for Khun apply to her as well. I genuinely feel like Khun and Rock have been one-note characters for the entirety of the series. In season 1, they weren't one-note because the world wasn't that big. But now the world is gigantic and they're very one-note-ish in this gigantic world. They need to develop more. They need arcs. Their characters need to be fleshed out more. We need more with them. I feel like the same thing for her. And it's been such a long, like, to me, it's like out of sight, out of mind. I forgot, like, unless people keep mentioning it and I don't keep getting Tower of God shirts that have her on it, I wouldn't remember that she's in the series. So it's more like if I'm really thinking back on it, like you're so in the moment when she shows up and you get angry when you see her. But ever since the hidden floor, she's been a non-factor. But that's when she disappeared anyways, pretty much. Like, she's been missing since the hidden floor. She really hasn't been, like, important. The only reason why she was important around that time is because she was the reason why Khun ended up being in a coma, because she tried to murder him. But if we take away, like, all, like, that pettiness, like, I'm gonna kill Khun, and, like, all of this stuff, like, how important has she really been? She really just has been, and maybe that's the way she was written, just to come off that way. nothing she did really felt important. She just felt like a nuisance. Like, as I'm like in hindsight looking back, it feels like you were here and you just made things so much more difficult. But overall, like, why are you so, like, why? And it's to be determined, to be revealed. We don't know. Like, she still like, we jumped through hoops. Why waste breath on her? Like, we jumped through hoops to get information from her, and we didn't get any information from her. Like, the most information that we got, well, the most important information that we got from her was when she had the conversation with Wang after Wang was beat up, and she was like blabbing about the keys or something, or the rings, and how she met someone with a ring, and it's like, well, the only two people we've seen with this ring is Wang and Karaka, and we've never seen her meet Karaka, so she's met someone else with the ring. I feel like that's the last important information that she's given us. Outside of that, it's just been a bunch of garbage because she's garbage. Why is she important? Proceeds to talk about her for 10 minutes. This is just frustration coming out. I haven't talked about her for a while, so I get diarrhea mouth about her, so I can just get all of her out of me, and then we could just out of sight, out of mind again. So I get it. We're gonna get to a point where she's gonna be important. She's gonna I'm not gonna be surprised if she's the daughter of some very strong person. She's going to be the key behind Bomb learning the truth about himself. She's finally gonna reveal that information. And she's missing. Yeah, I noticed. I enjoy it. But she's gonna prove something. And this is the last thing I mention, and then we're done with her, is I don't like her so much. I don't, it's not even like one of those, like speaking like in professional sports, I'd be like, I don't like that guy. And it's because he's really good. And I'm mad, like, if he was on my team, I'd love him. But I don't like him because he's too good and he kicks my team. Like, he beats my team every time they play. Stuff like that. I don't like this character because they're so disgusting and they're vile and all the things they do. Like, the writer has done a very good job at making me hate them, and it's like really good writing. It's incredible. Like, there's a bunch of characters in so many series that we can mention that do that, even in this series that do that. With her, I just don't like her. I feel like CU did an amazing job in making me not like her, but then I don't feel like she has any redeeming qualities. There's nothing I like about her. And all of the characters that I don't like, there's something that I can look to like, that's amazing, but I hate the character. I don't like anything about this character. So it's going to get to a point where she gets introduced back into the story, and she's going to be very important and very vital for, I don't know, the conclusion of the series, for major character developments for certain characters. And if it's not good, I'm not going to be with it because I just don't like her. I get she's important, but I genuinely do feel like, why is she in this series? It's to that point. Like, I've never disliked a character like this before. That's why I don't know how to like feel. I've never disliked a character like how I dislike her. Like, she could be deleted from, like, I've convinced myself that she could be deleted from the series and nothing would change. A few things here and there, but we still could tell the story without her being in this story. That's how I feel. So that's why I'm like, her backstory, when we finally get to it, has to be one of the best backstories I've ever read in my entire life. Because if it's not, why, like, what possessed you to be the way you are? because of this? No. Like, no way. There's the way how she thinks, like the inner monologues that we've gotten from her, the things that we've seen her do and try to justify to herself and try to like piggyback it on someone else, like what she was saying to and Dorsey about how you guys kill, you guys do all this, but you guys this and this, but as soon as I do, like, if it's something basic, I'm a nope out. I'm a nope out. Her backstory has to be one of the best backstories I've ever read in my entire life. It has to. If it's not, you talking about rants and tirades, I'm gonna go on one. I'm gonna go on one if her backstory is basic. Like, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, she was like the possibility that Bomb killed someone that was abusing her. Like, if I don't want to make light. I trust them, but this is where my hate for her overrides the trust. Because see, you could write it beautifully, but if I don't think it's just good, if it's not a good enough motivating factor for her to be as vile as she is, I don't care how beautifully written it is. I'm gonna check out. I've never felt this way about a character, and I don't want to like abuse and all of that. I'm not trying to downplay it at all. I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm not trying to downplay it whatsoever. And I know the mental effects that it can have on people. Like, I know abused people. I know how some of them feel and the things that they've done, and I know that. But if that's it, it's hard to say, like, I don't, because whenever you say I don't want to do this, but it cancels out all of that. I'm not even gonna say but. I feel like for all the vile and dark and crazy things she's done, I don't think what I don't know. I don't think that should be the only motivating factor. I don't think so. Unless it was something like, unless it was like unspeakable, like if unspeakable things was happening to her and so many like crazy and vile and atrocious, like, unless that was happening to her, I can see like that twisting someone into just being just disgusting and escaping into these caves and trying to just nurture and get someone to just be all about you. So unless it's like something like very like, oh my god, oh my, if it's not that, time to remember Haracha. Haracha was the individual where he was the leader, like he wasn't the leader of his people, but he was supporting all of his people. He was like supporting all of them, and is that Haracha? And he enabled them, and then they became so dependent on him. They like treated him like a deity, and then he ran like that was Haracha, right? He took them from nothing and built them into a crazy society by working under Yasracha. Yeah. But Haracha never, like, I didn't, that's why this is where the whole thing, it's like, it could be that, it could be this, it could be, I don't dislike Haracha like I dislike Rachel. I don't. I don't. So when we get Haracha's backstory was incredible when reading it. It's one of the best backstories ever. Like that, the backstory was great. Not everybody's backstory's been great. his his in particular has been one that it's been, I feel like it could be one of the best backstories in this entire series. It's top 5 for sure. It's incredible. It's incredible. Hers has to be something. It has to be something. It has to be master level. It has to be master level. I know he could do it. I know he could do it. I'm not even like, this whole like tirade on her isn't in like CU's ability or like I can't spit it out. It's not, I'm not like worried about his ability to write a great backstory. And I'm not worried about it not being like, I'm not worried. I just I don't know. If I can sum everything up, I just want a reason not to hate her as much as I do. I just want to not hate her as much as I do. Like, I really want to find a reason to justify everything that she's done. Like with almost every other character in this series, I can, like, when you find out about them, I can justify almost everything that they do once you get to know their backstory and their motivations and everything. She's done so much that I don't like. This is where if it's a lot of the new anime series that are like 12 episodes usually wait until episode 12 or episode 13 to give you the backstory on the villain. And it can be a good backstory, but I've spent so long not liking this person. Is it too little too late? And do I have disdain for this person so much where I get to it like, maybe if I would have gotten this backstory a couple episodes ago, this ending could have hit a lot harder, but it just hits good. It could have been it could have been stronger if I could have related to the main villain a little bit earlier. It's been 517 chapters. And every time she shows up, she's always plotting on something, and it usually turns out into her doing something that makes me hate her more. Is her backstory going to be enough where I can go all the way back to the beginning of the series? I've only been reading for 2 years. I couldn't imagine reading the series for 10 years. Finally getting her backstory and having to go back 10 years worth of content and being like, I can let that go. I can let that go. I get it. I can let that go. I get it. The fact that I'm on 3, like, she's done so many, just like 1, you push bomb. 2, you tried to kill Dan. 3, you killed the chicken dude. I don't even remember his name. Like 4, what, how much, this is all in the first 50 chapters of season 2. There's still 300 more chapters. And she's done so many crazy things. How many, is her backstory going to be that good where I can just be like, I can let that go. I get it. I get it. I get it. Am I going to have that moment on stream where I utter the words, I understand why you did all of these things? Do you really have to let all of it go, though? I'm not, let it go. I really don't like her. It's, my hate for her has stepped over the Tower of God lines, and it's just, I don't like her. So it's to a point where it's it's gone so far, I have to start letting it go. I have to start letting it go. I've never taken a character this personally before in my entire life. This is why I wish I would have been reacting to the anime for Tower of God. I possibly could have had the best reaction, and it wouldn't have been over dramatic. It wouldn't have been over dramatic or fake. A lot of people would have said it was fake. If you could have seen my reaction to when she pushed him, when I watched that, I promise you, you would have thought that my family was killed in front of me. I've never taken something more seriously in my life with her. It's that bad. So I have to get to the point where I let it go. Otherwise, like, I might ruin this series for myself. I might ruin this series. Like, that's why I harp on it so much. I might ruin this series for myself. Like, it's like deep in my core. I don't like this character. It's deep in my core. He's written a vile character. He's written such a vile character. And I give him props for doing it. But for me, it might have been too good. It might have been too good. He might have been too masterful when he wrote her character. He might have been too masterful. Oh my god. If I wish I could have, like, I wish I was reacting to Tower of God. Because like the shriek I let out. A shriek. Like when she pushed him. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. It was like one of the like most, like, I felt like devastated. Like how Bomb felt. Like I felt worse than Bomb did when he's laying on the ground crawling like Anakin, and Hua-Yun is like talking to him and he's just angry. I felt worse than him. I was truly just like eviscerated when she pushed him. Truly. So like from that point on, that's why it's been so like anytime she's done something, it's just been an escalation of like it's yeah, like I'm thinking about it now and my heart is racing. Hold on. Like I'm telling you, that moment is like one of the most memorable moments in any series I've ever read ever in my entire life. And that was the moment that made me fall in love with the series. Like I fell in love with the idea of Tower of God. I didn't fall in love with it until like the Floor of Death. But that's what the part where it's just like, I need to know what happens next. I need to know, like I'm hooked. And it's just like my heart rate is 93 right now. My resting heart rate is usually in the low to mid 80s. Like thinking about that moment amps me up. It amps me up. Redacted makes your heart race. And with that, folks, I'll call it here. Ay. My stomach hurts now thinking about it. Like I have a legit like stomach ache. When she shows up, I might throw up on screen. It might happen. I'll keep a bucket by my desk for the next couple of months, because when it happens, I guarantee you, it'll happen. Instant vomit. I really want to find a reason to justify it. I really do. Really want to find a reason to justify it. King Faust, and what was the other name? Let me go back. I feel like if you look for a reference for it, there's some with Faust. Maybe Amir. This guy's gonna show up and he's gonna wreak havoc. She belongs to the street. So Asensio's cool, am I right? Yes. Yes, I have to get my mind off of her. Asensio, straight body. First of all, She just swung her arm and bodied. Where is he? Where is he? Love this. He just steps around the corner. Should I teach you? You can't teach them if they're dead, Asensio. Straight body bag. I want that jacket. Because it's a Coon family jacket pipe. He's clean though. He's clean. He's clean. I don't know why. I want all my lancers, like lancers and pole arm people who wield pole arms. I want them to wear like flowy clothes. I want them to wear like long jackets and loose fitting stuff that's flowing, so that when they move, it's like you can see the clothing move with them, and then it's like the stab, and then it's so cool. I just want that. If you're not gonna wear flowy clothes, you just have to wear like battle armor. Not even battle armor. What do you call what Diarmuid and Ku wear? What do we call that? I don't want to call it tights. I don't want to call it tights, but it's either something that is not restrictive at all, or something that's just very like form fitting. It's very form fitting. Great. Should wear something like it'd be so cool. I want to see him fight. We haven't gotten to see him, real Asensio, not Data Asensio. We haven't gotten to see the real Asensio fight. He showed up. Homie got scared, and then he steps around the corner, and then we don't get to see it. We come back. There's just a bloodbath. I want to see him throw down. I want to see him throw down. He'd be. I feel like he'd be fun to watch fight. Miss my boy Anyeta, man. Yeah, I know. That's why I want to see it, Amir. That's why I want to see it. I'm just thinking, I want my boy Ron to show back up. Where is he? He was in the series. You knew he was going to be disrespectful, hot-headed, and give you a good fight. That's what. Whenever he's in the chapters, you know you was going to get one of those three. He's either going to be hard-headed and a hothead. I'll combine them. Be rude and disrespectful, and give you a good fight. Because he's got some of the best fights in the series. Where he at, man? Where Navik at too? I still can't. Remind me of who was with Quattro. I can't believe they killed him in the cage. I can't remember his name. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't spit it out. Dang it. Like, I wish I could get more of him, and he's gone. More Quattro would be cool. I want more Ron, Navik. I want my boy to come back. Dang it. I can't remember his name. It's gone. It's gone. I want more of them to show up. I feel like my boy Ron would have thrived. He would have thrived in the nest. He would have thrived in the nest. He would have been great in here. He would have been great in here. talking about sweet fish power up. Let him pop the lightning pill. Let him go balls to the wall, and then he tires out, and then heal him with the sweet fish again and let him go again. Come on, man. Chang, thank you. I wish we got more of him. It was so unexpected how he just went. It was so unexpected. It was just like he's there, and then they just ran down on him. He's gone. I didn't like it. I wish we would have gotten more with him. All right, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. I really do. We'll be back here next Monday, God willing, for 101 of season 3. So hope to see you back here. You're good, Pipe. You're good. You're good. Hope to see you back here. It's a good chapter. I can't wait to see. By the way, he's half canine. By the way, he's dead. Yeah, it was so fast. I can't wait to see what next week brings. I wonder if we're gonna get to see Caliban. I almost dropped my. Oh, they fell anyways. I hope we get to see Caliban. I hope that Evankell can curb stamp Sicarius. I have a lot of hopes for next week. I don't think we'll see the branch leader next week. If we do, that would be crazy. But yeah, that's all I got. So have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week, good weekend, and I'll see you back here next week. So peace out.